Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today, we're doing our long readings for April 19th through May 20th. This is Taurus season. Now, you know that when I am doing the longer readings, I'm using a bunch of decks. I am using my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I will then go to John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards for kind of clarification. We come to our Osha Zen Tarot cards for words of advice. We come back to Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards, kind of concluding things. Then I will pull one card from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I also think I'm going to pull one from my Radley Valentine Guardian Angel deck. It's a very sweet deck and gives us lots of words of encouragement. Anyway, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Now, I will be doing the overview for Taurus season. I'm going to get these videos out first, and then, so please, when you see that pop up in a day or two or three, please take a look at that also. But in the meantime, let's begin our readings. Hello, my Sagittariuses, and welcome to Taurus season. How are you? Well, I feel Taurus season's going to be big. I think there's going to be a lot of breakthrough energy here. So let's see what we have for my Sagittariuses. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Reversed card has a little extra energy, so just letting you know that. Let's see what we have for my Sages. First card. 3 of Earth. Now, 3s have really strong energy. There's the Trinity. There is the power of 3. When you do something 3 times, there's extra energy with that. It's very celestial, very divine type of energy too. So there's real strong energy here, strong power with this, okay? Earth energy is our Taurus, which we're in. It is also our Virgo and our Capricorn. Solid energy, something we can touch. A lot of times it has to do with our home. It could be about our business, our work, our job, how we create our money. There is a lot of creativity in this energy, though. There is a lot of thinking outside that box that we used to say a lot. There's a lot of let's look at things a little bit differently. There is kind of like even, there might be some things that you might start selling things on the internet. You might be, kind of clearing out your household. You might be, and instead of just necessarily donating it or giving it away, you might actually start taking pictures and putting it on, on some sort. I'm getting Etsy. I'm not an Etsy person, but I'm getting Etsy. You might want to go, you might be doing something like that. The only thing is I see it more as not necessarily you doing a face-to-face, as more as it is you shipping, okay? You mailing it, and however that works out, I don't know, but I kind of feel like so it could even be that you've taken a hobby and you're turning it into a business also. Now, I feel like this is something that's very low money investment, so I don't want you investing a lot of money in this, but yet at the same time, it's kind of like you might have had scraps at home and you make something really beautiful, okay? And then you're able to, like I said, take pictures and sell it. There's a lot of creativity in how you're going to be making your money for Taurus, okay? So, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. Your next card, 6 of Fire. So we have a 3 and a 6 there. Now, 6s is the number of man. It's what you actually put your efforts into. Fire is your energy. It is also Aries and Leo. It's very passionate, burning, very determined. This is victory. So whatever this is, it does feel very successful. It does feel like, however, again, it's a new way of making money. Maybe not new in the big scheme, but it's a new way for you in making money. I do, again, I don't feel like you do face to face. I feel like you put it in the mail, or however that, or somebody out there is going to be putting it in the mail. And then you make sure you get your insurance, and you make sure you do, you know what to do. I'm not going to give you business advice on that. But this is all about success. This is about riding into victory. This is also being recognized. So if you've been doing this already, you could actually have a write-up in the newspaper, magazine, or however people write things up nowadays. Okay? So this is victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. Next card, reversed. Two of water. Now, twos have some crossroads, some decision-making energy to it. Water is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional. So you might not be doing this alone, or you might bring in a partner. This is something that you care about and that you feel very committed and connected with. But you also may bring somebody, actually, you might bring somebody into it, and this could actually become a full-time business for you, but this could also become a full-time partnership for you also, in addition. Now, the thing about this is this person does not necessarily feel like they're strictly business. They don't feel like they're strictly business. So this could, and remember, relationships are like business, your work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or home. This feels more like it might be a partner in your real life, in that intimate relationship, and that you bring them into whatever this is. I really like this for you, my Sagittarius. I really like the creativity, but I like the ingenuity too. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that you quit your job, but this is something that actually could be very successful in the longer run. Okay? Okay. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. So let's go on and see with John Holland. Here we go. I think I'm losing my voice. Oh no. I'm not losing it. No, I'm not. I just a little talking too much today. Here we go. Which ones? Do you want to come out? I don't know. I think you want to come out. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. 3 cards. Discontentment and boredom. Okay, so we have a 4. 4s actually have a lot of stability, have a lot of organization, but this is also kind of saying I'm not really happy with where I'm at, what I'm doing, and that might be why this is all so exciting and this is what's happening. This is not about this. This, maybe this is what actually triggers you going and doing this, okay? You're looking for more, you're wanting more. You also too, there's a little bit of like, oh, can I do this? Can I, hey, you know me, I'm always saying if you don't try, your answer's always a no. So if you try, the answer could still be a no, but it could be a yes. So kind of feeling like you're ready for a change, and this could be the change that you need without necessarily making it into a big change. Because in some ways you're looking for a change, and sometimes you go, it could be that you go from one job to another job to another job, and it's always, it's exciting for the moment when you start. It's exciting learning, but then you learn so quickly, my Sagittarius, is that you're like, oh, learn that, done that. So I feel like this is an additional thing. Anyway, next card. Suffering in silence. So now we have a 9 energy here. So yeah, there is something that you've been wanting to do that you just have not been necessarily sharing with anyone. Maybe maybe you need to share that with somebody. And there is, 9s have a wrap-up energy. So in some ways it's saying this is ending. This is ending. Now, I don't, my Sagittarius, I know that, you're vocal. You talk, except that you don't always talk about the important things, which is kind of what you're feeling. Okay? You are important, and it's important for what you're feeling. You have opinions. We all have opinions. I'm a fire sign too, so I know opinions. But you need to talk about what's on your heart and what you're holding back. You know what? If, again, why the suffering in silence. Why? I know, we sometimes you don't want to burden somebody, and sometimes you say, well, they're not going to listen. Well, again, those are some choices, and that might be why you're looking at something to kind of give you an additional outlet. I don't know. Here we go. Last card. The crown chakra. Now that's interesting too. Now we have a 7 energy. 7 is a divine number. It's also a divine umbrella. It's like, your connection with your higher power. Now the chakra system, they're energy sources. They go from your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart. Those are your natural chakras, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and then your crown chakra. And those become more your supernatural chakras, your energy sources. Now, and yes, your heart has a little bit of both. But this is your connection with higher power. This is that, where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? And sometimes when you're feeling this way, sometimes it's because you're not necessarily where you're supposed to be at for this time. So this is really strongly suggesting you connect with your higher power. Okay? Now, let's see what words of advice. Don't worry about that. The thing is, but don't dismiss it. Don't dismiss this line, okay? Don't dismiss this line, my Sagittarius, because there's something going on underneath that, maybe you're finding a lot of busy work to kind of help, so that you're not necessarily having to concentrate on some of this. I tell you, many times over, that's what gets me through, okay? Okay, let's go on. Words of advice from Osha Zen Tarot. It's one I'm always trying to figure out which one is reversed. I think this one is, but let's see. First card. Yay! Rebirth. We have a 10. 10s are transition. 1, new beginnings. 0, God, universe energy. Rebirth is exactly what it's saying. New beginnings, new starts, restarting. Not necessarily starting from square one, but just that re-energize, kind of, that let's go after some of those things. Let's go after what makes us passionate. Okay? Okay, I'm going to have to, took a drink of water. Anyway, new, rebirth, restart. This is, regeneration also of our passions. Okay? Next card, reversed. Here we are. Conditioning. Now, it's interesting that we have 2 lions here. Now, conditioning, this is a 15, so that has a lot of 555 energy here. So a lot of change energy. But it's interesting that we have our 2 lions. This is letting the lion out. This is, conditioning is, this poor lion grew up with all these sheep. He believes himself to be a sheep. He believes he doesn't have any power. He believes himself to be exactly the people or the animals around him. And yet it's interesting that we have this lion coming, basically listening to their, I know it's not a drummer, but it'd be like listening to a different drummer or hearing his own music, okay? Hearing where he needs to go. Or maybe this is a choice. Maybe you can continue. Maybe you can continue, because that's conditioning. That lion had to be conditioned to believe that he was a sheep. Okay? Here's your last card. Totality. So here we have a 5 again. And so we have the 5, 10, 15. Lots of change energy. But this is all our choices. These are all our possibilities. This is kind of a, who do I trust? Am I letting go? Am I holding on? What am I going to do? There's some choices with this also. So a lot of this has change energy. A lot of this has choice energy. A lot of this has, do you want the rebirth energy? Do you want to stay where you're at energy? There's nothing really wrong with staying where you're at either. So please don't think that I'm, I always feel sorry though for the lion that thinks that he's a sheep. So. But we're all, many of us are lions who think we're all sheep. So, we're a little bit worried about making waves. We're a little bit worried about roaring. We live a life. So, let's see. But this rebirth kind of says it is there for you. It's kind of there for your, it's there for your, if you choose to, if you choose it. Here we go. These two reversed. Here we go. Queen of Raphael. Now, Queen of Raphael. Queen's underlying energy is water. Raphael is water. This is water, water. Very very emotional, very kind, very loving energy here too. So this is about, this is about, I also feel like with the Queen of Water that there's a little bit of giving a little bit too much of herself. Now, whether you be male or female, sometimes it's like, it's that person that, that it's like, you don't have to suffer in silence. It's like you just keep giving and giving, and what do you have left? What do you have of yourself? Okay, so I just worry sometimes. The Queen of Raphael is very kind, very, very caring, but again, sometimes the Queen gives too much. Okay, just saying. Kind, understanding, giving, also very psychic. That is true. That is true about the Queen of Waters. Follow your heart. A love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. Your next card here, the Queen of Michael. So now we have the emotional energy, and now we have the air energy, which is very cerebral, very, let's think about it. Again, the underlying is the emotional, but the Queen of Michael is our Gemini, Libra, it's our Aquarius energy. Very, thinking things through. Could be about hearing news, but also making your plans. So the Queen, so there is, yes, I feel very deeply, but I'm not going to just rush in. I'm not going to rush in where angels fear to tread. I'm not going to do something foolish. I'm going to think things through. And I'm going to make sure that when I do it, that I do it right. So I make those changes that are the ones right for me. Maybe I want, I want things that are better. I want a lot of the, I feel deeply. I want a lot of the love, the commitment, all of the stuff, but I want it a little bit more on my own terms. That's cool. I like that one. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience. A time for your career rather than your relationships. So let's see what this last card is. The Five of Ariel. Ariel is that earth energy. Five again, changes, changes, changes. Now fives, positive, negative, it doesn't matter. It's always a little bit stressful to have these changes. A lot of times the five in Ariel is a little bit worried about money. But, but the thing is, you had this as your beginning. So this might be, so I'm not telling you, in fact, I would say if this is something that you're very passionate about and you're able to keep your present job and do this as a sideline and then kind of transition, because I do think this is going to be successful, but you need to make sure that you have the money in hand before, and you need to make sure that the success is at least, like 85% assured before you make any major changes with that, okay? But the Five of Ariel kind of, but yet with these queens, you will think about this. The Five of Ariel is a little bit worried, have a little bit worried about money, okay? Just wanted to put that out there. But you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Now that's very important for you. Remember, we did talk about some of the thoughts and some of the, just some of the, what I'm putting out there. Remember, put out the positive, put out the light, the law of attraction. You put negative out, you get negative back. You put positive out, positive comes back. Okay? Okay. Here we go. But there was a whole bunch of change energy with this. So let's see what we have here. What crystal or energy would be helpful for my Sagittariuses? And let's see if Debbie has that. Here we go. Reversed. Black obsidian, and I do, and I think this is my black obsidian. I love any of the dark stones, you know that. Strength. Support during changes, everyday stress relief, clears negative energy. So let's see one last card. One last card from my Guardian Angel deck, because that's such a sweet deck. Here we go. And it gives nice messages. I like to end that with a nice message. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Inner strength. You have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem you can't solve. The compassion you give, and remember this, the compassion you give, you so freely give to others must also be given to yourself. That's what this is all about. You have to do this to yourself, my Sages. Okay, anyway. Stand strong in your conviction if the right answer to tell someone is no. Okay? I love that. It's an 11-1-1, new start, new beginnings, crossroads also. Anyway, my Sagittarius, I love that for you. But yes, take care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing, what you believe is the right thing. Because I do worry, again, the conditioning and the, kind of the rebirth. You need to get that rest, but you also need to nurture yourself and let that, I know you're not a Leo, but let that inner lion out, or lioness. Okay? Okay. So, my Sagittariuses, I hope you enjoy the readings, and remember the button to like, share, subscribe, because it really does help, and I really appreciate you doing that. As always, my Sages, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.